Hello guys, it's me Zain, tuning in with another bad hair day and with another video without any ideas. Okay, that's not true, but wait it out. So today I thought I will complete some things about my orchid collection which might be interesting. So like I did in my past, I did some orchid observations videos and honestly I think they are quite fun, so why not make more of them, right? And if you're already here and if you're new to my channel, consider the option of subscribing to this channel, also hitting the bell button, and consider also the option of following me on Instagram. And let's start this video. So the thing is, I wasn't lazy about the ideas. I wanted to film one of my succulents in bloom because I think it will be an exciting video. I plan to make it a rather care tips tutorial something video, and my succulent bud decided not to open up, so it's postponed. But whatever, here I am with orchids and I'm going to talk about orchids like I do in this channel a lot. Wow! I have always some orchid observations basically in my collection because, you know, I am observing my orchids constantly. But some things are more surprising to me than others. I have experience with orchids, like not a lot, but I have some. Orchid observations, how I do that? Oh, I do that in my other videos. Orchid, I think like this. Orchid observations number 1. My Catherine Zuck is just doing some weird shit. Oh, this orchid is my Oncidium Catherine Zuck. It's a hybrid, it blooms every year for me, it blooms with 3 flower spikes. It can a little bit overbloom itself, meaning that when it's blooming the pseudobulbs get quite shriveled, but that's okay. This is what it wants to do, so I'm letting it overbloom itself. The fragrance is not the last thing with this one. It has a pretty powerful fragrance, it can fill up any room really easily, and the fragrance is very sweet, I love it. And fragrance is not why I'm including this one in my orchid observations, but you know what about the fragrance? It reminds me of alcoholy smell, like a little bit winey, but not too much. In my mind, this fragrance has this overripe fruit fragrance. I don't know, I just love it. It reminds me of wine. As you can see right now, I have 3 flower spikes, and these 2 flower spikes are pretty close to each other, so it's a little bit messed up, but basically I have 3 flower spikes now. The surprising part was that I was keeping this orchid outside on my windowsill and it started to have these. At the end of the summer it started to grow these spikes like it does like every season, every year, and I was like, okay, I love it. And then the first bud started to open. After the first, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 buds opened up, the other buds they were just there and they weren't opening up in the following days. The first 7 or 6 buds opened up, they were blooming, flowering. So basically after 7 blooms opening up, the whole orchid just stopped doing whatever it was doing. For the first month I had only those 7 buds there, and after that all the others started to open up. In the meantime I had to bring inside my orchids because the temperature started to be too low for my orchids to keep them outside. This was the spike which started to bloom with these 7 flowers. Since they were opened up for a longer period of time, they started to wilt, and they wilted away, and right now I'm here with these. So it was really puzzling for me that like 7 out of all of the buds decided to open up like a month earlier, and then they decided to wilt a month earlier. It's like they weren't like synchronized with the other parts of the orchid. I don't know why that happened. I'm not saying it's bad or anything. I'm not saying it's a sign of a stress or anything, because I don't think it is. It just ruins a little bit the look of the plant, and this never happened to me with any other oncidiums, and it did not happen to me with my Catherine Zuck. Now after sympodial, let's go into the monopodial world. Orchid observation number 2, what's your name? My Uriongis Gallian Koch sibling is blooming again. If you regularly watch my videos, you probably know about this, but if you're not, here is a catch-up of the topic. So I love weird monopodial hybrids, primary hybrids, or just weird hybrids which are monopodial. I just love them. When I received the plant, the pot actually contained two siblings, so I got two plants, and this was one of the plants, and the other plant is a little bit smaller, and I have it in between those two double pane window somethings, and I was just too lazy to take it out. And after a time, this guy started to bloom for me, and I got two flower spikes. It was a really beautiful blooming. The other one, the smaller one, was like, bitch, I'm not gonna bloom this year. And I was like, why is that happening? Maybe you are too small, maybe you are too young, or maybe you just don't wanna bloom. Well, guess what? The other one, which I'm gonna include some clips here, it started to produce a spike. Like, this was blooming for me in the beginning of the summer. We're middle autumn right now, and the other one decided to bloom right now. I was talking about this difference in some video of mine about the differences between siblings coming from the same batch. There are these slight differences, like the shape of the flower, the color of the flower, the shape of the orchid, whatever. It might not be because of this, but it might be because of these differences. But my other one, which is the sibling of this one, decided to bloom more than a season after this bloomed. So I thought the beginning of the summer is the blooming season for these, and since they are pretty close, it's a primary hybrid, so they are closer to the species, I thought it's gonna bloom for me like regularly at one spot in the year. Interesting and also weird. Since it was surprising to me, I thought I'm gonna share this again with you. My other one, which is spiking right now, sadly it has just one spike, and that one spike, if I counted it correctly, it has like 3 buds. This one had 2 spikes with 10 buds. That's not a whole lot, but I know it's a smaller individual and stuff like that, so I'm not like worried or anything. Now back again with sympodials. Orchid observation number 3, my Dendrobium, a phyllum. It just confuses me so much. Okay, this guy here in this plastic kokedama thingy. By the way, if you're curious about how I make these plastic hanging sphere somethings, I have a video about that, and I have a few orchids in this like growing method, and I really like them. And I hanged this one up here as a decoration piece, but this is the shittiest looking one of all of my other ones, so it wasn't a wise choice from me, but whatever. This is my Dendrobium phyllum, and I bought it a lot of years, like 2 years ago I guess. It was on a mount, and it was a super bushy plant, but I decided to unmount it because I don't like mounts. I unmounted it, and it wasn't a bushy plant, it was 4 plants which are not bushy. So I decided to put them up together in this setup. From the moment I got this plant, it wasn't doing what I imagined a deciduous Dendrobium will do for me, because I have other deciduous Dendrobiums. So I thought I know them. I thought they are growing in the spring, summer, autumn time, and then shed leaves and they rest in the winter time. You know, just regular deciduous Dendrobium stuff, but not this bitch. This one decided that it's gonna do its own way of things. I'm trying to rest it when it seems to be resting. I'm trying to grow it and water it when it seems to be growing, but it just confuses me. It always puts out really tiny growths for me, which is not very good, and I don't know why is that happening. At some point the new growths were starting to get some spotting, which resolved by then, but still the growths are not really big. I can say that this growing season nothing was growing basically on this plant. If there was growing anything, it was really tiny, so I could not see it. We're pretty much at the end of this year's growing season, because it's already middle of autumn. The winter is like upon us, and this guy decided to grow some new growths right now. Right now I have a growth here which is like this big, which is, you know, not a lot, but this is all I can get from this guy. I'm not even sure what to do with it, because I have some older canes which are not going into this winter resty thingy and not losing the leaves. I'm not sure what's happening with it, and I'm not sure what to do with it. I'm not sure when to rest it. I'm not sure when to grow it. I'm not sure about anything basically, because it's just growing by its own rules, and it's just resting by its own rules. It never bloomed for me because of this, because I cannot figure out its needs. It's just a struggle for both of us, and I don't know what to do. Right now that this bigger growth appeared on it, and it's really trying to grow bigger than the previous growth, I figured that I will try to extend the growing season. We'll see what's gonna happen there, you guys. Enough of this guy. Let's go back to monopodials. Orchid observation number 4, my Schilleriana is going to have a spike, and I'm really happy for that. So, as I posted in my community tab section, whatever, I asked you if you think the thing growing on this guy is a spike. Well, I knew it's a spike, but I just wanted to have some engagement there with my commenters and viewers and subscribers, so that's why I asked. Oh my god, I'm bad, I'm so bad. But I confess, so it's okay, right? Oh my god. I got this Schilleriana like last year, I don't even know when I got it. The last leaf which it came with was this tiny leaf, and I thought, oh okay, it might be a leaf which was posed because of the flowering season and it will grow. Well, that wasn't the case. This leaf remained this small compared to these other longer leaves. I was like, why is that happening? Maybe it was in shock already when I bought it. It will grow, it will recover. For the longest time, this orchid kept producing only roots, which I'm not mad, because roots, they are good. But if it will continue to produce only roots, and if it won't produce any leaves from me, I will run out, or not me, we will run out of space, of available ice which can bloom. And you know, I really wanted to see some leaves growing there, and finally this year this leaf started to grow on it. Like, it's definitely a longer leaf, but it's definitely skinnier. So I wouldn't say that this leaf is any bigger than this leaf. It's longer what it did in length. It made up in width. I can say that in the future it will recover more and it will grow bigger and bigger leaves, and I cannot wait for it. Oh hey dad, I'm not so healthy, maybe I will skip blooming. Then I was watering it yesterday and I was like, oh, what's that there? It's a spike. So I decided to throw up a community post on YouTube. You can all see my accomplishment with this guy. I just love this. Oh my god. It has these absolutely beautiful leaves, and it has absolutely beautiful blooms as well, which are pendant. I mean, this is the perfect plant. Who needs anything else than this? Okay, me, but you know. Okay, I just wanted to share these things with you in this video. Wow. The workers are here again. They're coming here with vehicles which I've never seen. I don't know what's happening like in front of this house, but it's starting to be really Armageddon-y. The road is like completely taken up, and they come here with vehicles which are like these transformers or whatever. I've never seen them. When I see them like functioning on the road, I cannot even tell what they are doing. They just making their shit, so whatever. So I should end this video right now because they will be really noisy soon enough. Yeah, this is my video for today, and I hope you liked it. If you liked it, click on the like button. If you disliked it, well, that's just up. You can leave a comment down in my know it all section. You can subscribe to this channel, you can subscribe to my other channel, you can hit the bell icon so you'll get notifications every time I post. You can follow me on Instagram, and see you next time. Bye guys.